Hi everybody, how you doing today? Good to see you, thanks for coming by. Today we're working on that little Viva Chinese ATV. Let me show you what I got. Okay, so my friends got this little Chinese ATV. They had it running, they turned it off, and couldn't get it to restart. And they asked me if I'd help them get it going. Here's what we got. Alright, so far I've just been doing some preliminary examinations, trying to figure everything out, see what works, what clicks, what doesn't. And for starters, the battery didn't have enough juice. And it's not a regular motorcycle or ATV battery, it's a sealed unit. And I'll kind of show it to you. Okay, that's a picture of it that I took the other day. And so I hooked my battery charger up to it, which I think you can see it over here on the ground. And when I put it on charge, the needle doesn't even move. I took my multi-tester and tested it, and I got 11.4 volts. Well, that's not enough. It's got to be 12 volts. So I hooked my charger up to it and tested it with the multi-tester, and it's reading 14 volts. So I know it's taking a charge. And when I put the charger on boost, I can get the machine to turn over. And I know I'm getting gas because I can smell it. I opened the throttle wide open while I was cranking it, and I can smell gas. So it's getting gas. So I thought, okay, let's check the spark. And got a brand new spark plug. It's a NGK CR7 HSA. It's brand new. I checked the gap, it's at 35 thousandths. That's close enough to get us in the ballpark. So I tested it, fired it up, held it against the block, no spark. So this is where it gets interesting, and I want to show this to you. And it's kind of a delicate procedure and hard to do. But I took my multi-tester and I set it on ohms. I think you see the little ohm sign there. Maybe if I got let me turn this a little bit so everything's not shaded. You see the ohms signal right there. And I touch the leads together and I'll get a readout. And at this point, the amount that it says is not even important to me. I just want to know I'm getting continuity. Alright, so 0.5, that's something. Alright, so what I did was I touched, this is hard to do. I touched the lead to the threads on the spark plug, and then I touched the negative to the post where it comes out of the center of the plug, because that's got to go straight through for that spark to get there. And I'm getting nothing. And I thought, well, that's interesting. A brand new spark plug. So I went in the shop and I dug around, and I found an old spark plug that I've used on some other machine, and I did the same thing. Touched the hot to the threads and touched the negative to that post in the center. And presto, I get a reading. So that's telling me that spark plug's no good. So with that being like that, I'm gonna go get him a new spark plug before I do any further digging into this thing, because it could just be that simple. He may have dropped that. He told me he got a new plug for it. But he didn't tell me he dropped it. I don't know that he did. He may not have. But somebody else might have. He did say it fired up once. He took it outside and then it wouldn't fire again. I guess I could stick this one in the boot and see if it fires. Yeah, let's try that. I'm going to try that. I'll get back to you. Okay, I did that spark plug test, and I didn't get a spark out of this plug either. So that tells me it's something else. But however, I don't trust that spark plug that he has, since there's no reading there. So anyway, I got to keep digging, see what I find out. Just for giggles, I want you guys to hear what this sounds like when it does turn over. And yeah, that's without the spark plug in it. But it's turning over smooth. I'm sure that motor's fine. It's just got to figure out why it's not sparking. Upon my research, I've also found out, let me zoom in on this back end here a little bit. Right here is a 3-prong plug-in, which I did continuity test on that, and one of these goes to the hot cable and one of them goes to the negative on the battery. So I'm assuming that's a charging port. And this is a dead man switch, which, if this isn't pushing that in far enough, that'll keep it from firing too. So I need to figure out a way to make sure that stays in while I test it. Well, that's going to be next thing on my agenda. And if that doesn't pan out, then I'm going to have to take all those covers off and dig around and check the coil and the pickup and different things like that. And this thing is so little, I have to get on my hands and knees every time I try to do something to it. And I'm kind of not liking that. It's making me want to get my table out here and my ATV ramps and push it up on the table. And I just may end up doing that. We'll see though. Alright, well, I still haven't got any fire, but I do have the dead man switch rigged to where I know that it's working, and it still didn't get any spark. And the battery charger is working because now it will turn over under its own juice. It needs to be charged some more, but I'm getting ready to call it a day as far as this goes. Come back out and do some more with it tomorrow. I think I'm going to pull those body panels off so I can actually get to the engine better and take the cover off and check the pickup coil and test the actual ignition coil and some things like that. So, that being said, I was talking to Shane over at SCH Designs, and while I was doing some research about these things, and he helped me find a really cool website for these machines, and I'll put the link to that in the description, because if you have one of these Chinese ATVs, no matter what CCs it is, they've got the parts you want, and the parts are dirt cheap. It's like $7.95 for shipping. No matter what you get, is like up to $25 worth of stuff. If it's more than that, it's $8.95. And anyway, it's just a way cool site. It'll really work for you. And I believe they're American based because they offer, for that price, like 3 to 6 day shipping. If you want overnight, you can pay more and get that too. So, with all that being said, and now that you know where I'm at on that, I'm going to call it a day. I'll see you guys later. Tune back in. Hopefully we'll have some success with this in the near future. I don't expect anything to happen today or tomorrow with it. We'll see. We're going to play it by ear. But this is going to be a mini series. Hopefully we can get this thing working on the cheap and without too many headaches. So, I'll see you later. Y'all be good. Take care. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you. Bye-bye.